So this section is all on my hobbies. As I said before, I'm quite an involved person, but I have tried to narrow them down to 4 specific hobbies. I play quite a lot of sports and things like that, but for example, I've picked my favourite sport and the one I'm most involved in and stuff to tell you about, because they're the ones I'm most passionate about. So for me, I have a very academic life. Obviously I go to university and that takes up a lot of my time, and with my degree it's always essay writing and reading books and things, so I find I'm stuck in the library quite a lot. So I really enjoy getting out of that space, and that's what leads me into my first hobby, and it is netball. When I have been stuck in the library all day, my favourite thing to do is go and play a netball match with my friends. Genuinely, it just makes me feel on top of the world. I really enjoy the sport, like I genuinely have a passion for the sport. I never played it for university and I picked it up when I arrived, and it's one of the best things I've ever done. If you're not sure what netball is, it's basically like basketball, but you have different rules. So for example, when you get thrown the ball, you can, one, only hold it for 3 seconds, so you need to think quick, and two, you cannot move with the ball, you can only pivot on one foot. So I find it's quite like a mind game almost. I mean, it is a sport and it is about the throwing and catching aspects and those things, but you also have to make sure you're switched on and thinking tactically and stuff while you do it. And for me, that's just kind of what's so enjoyable about it, is it's not just running or something like that. I find it more engaging than that. Yeah, the camaraderie between my friends when we play netball as well, it really makes me feel like part of a society and a team, and it's just something that I love. My next kind of big hobby I would say would be baking. It's something I've always done. I used to do it with my nanny, like my grandparent, and she kind of taught me how to bake, and then when she passed it was something that I've just carried on. My housemates must hate me, I think, because I'm always hogging the kitchen to bake cakes. My famous one in the house is lemon drizzle, and there's genuinely always one on the side because I make so much of it that I have to give it out to my house, otherwise it would just go to waste. So genuinely, baking for me is something that I can funnel into. I'll put a playlist on and all of a sudden I'm just in this world. I'm weighing things out, decorating cupcakes, letting my creative side kind of flow. I love it, honestly, and I mess up sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. There's been many a time where the fire alarm has gone off because I've burnt stuff, but usually I would like to say that I'm pretty good. I should hope so after I've had enough practice. My next hobby would then be arts and crafts. This is something, again, that I find therapeutic, funnels it in. My last hobby is a bit more active, so I like to have my chill ones that are just me, one-on-one with something, having some own time, and that's what arts and crafts is for me. So the main thing I do is I make small models. I make, like the other week I did like a mini bakery that took about 50 hours, and I'd been doing it over the course of months, and I finished it the other week and it was the best feeling. It's actually sat in my shelf over there, and it's, I mean, I love to look at it. It's kind of an accomplishment. I enjoyed doing it. It was time for me to relax. The other thing I do quite a lot is felting, a type of craft. I make kind of like these mini animals. I'd love to do something like this with the kids, genuinely kind of spread my passion. Materials and that are quite cheap for felting as well. You literally just need felt and a needle. I've actually got one to show you. It's not my best work, this one, but the others are at home. But yeah, I make like little teddies. This is like a little fox and things like that, and it's really easy to pick up, and I'd love to be able to do something like that with the children. Maybe like some arts and crafts during a lesson centered around their learning, that sort of thing. And then my final hobby, and probably my favourite one, is travelling. I can imagine a lot of people applying for Go to Coast say that, but this is my passion. I really enjoy culture and learning about different people's cultures. I mean, even when I do my degree history, I'm focusing on cultural history. So for me, travelling, it's just a really eye-opening experience, and I think that it makes you a more well-rounded person. I'd travelled a bit before go to Co last year when I did a teaching placement with them in China. I'd gone to Europe a few times with my friends and that sort of thing, but China was the first time I'd really gone somewhere alone. And from there my confidence grew. So from that, I mean, I've been backpacking in India, I've gone to Africa, I've gone to all these different amazing places, which I'm so grateful for. But the experiences that I've brought out of that, I think, has genuinely made me a better person. And there's a lot of pros to it as well, which I'm sure you know about. But for me, I love the food. Whenever I go to a new country, the first thing I want to do is try all the different foods. I'm really excited, honestly, whatever country you're from, I'm just excited to jump into your culture, try your foods, take everything on board. I'm just willing to really immerse myself in the experience, and that's what I love about travelling. So, I mean, I hope this has told you a bit about my hobbies. I've got a fun fact for each hobby on the next slide, and then to finish it off, it will end with my CV. But thank you so much for going through my presentation and watching my videos.